I'm Allie.
And I'm Sam, and this is the Knit Roots podcast.
This week we are doing a tier list of all the books we've read so far this year. So just kind of like seeing where we're at in terms of our goals and discussing, probably just talk about the books we've been reading as well. So also I just realized, did you send me a chapter? Because I forgot to even check.
No.
Okay.
I decided to have a mild mental breakdown before summer and crash a car. So I did not.
Right. That was only yesterday.
That was only yesterday. I was very sore today.
Oh no, God, that sucks.
But I'm not anymore. I came downstairs. I did some stretching and some meditating and some just get it out of your system. I think a lot of it was more of like the nervous system and my nerves being crazy and being upset.
Such traumatic incidents.
So I was like, I just need to let that go. And so that helps some of the tension. So, and then we went to the beach today and I soaked up as much vitamin D as physically possible for someone of my pigmentation.
That's cute. Yeah. Okay, so what did you read this week? You go first.
So Topher, my husband, and I, we finished the Crescent City series, and I think that he needs to let it sit before I can really ask him what he thought of all of it. But was
he overwhelmed by the ending, or why do you say
that? No, but he immediately wanted to start Zodiac Academy the same night. So we ended Crescent City and we read only the first chapter of Zodiac.
Okay.
And I think the chapters are much longer than I remember. They're longer than Crescent City chapters.
Yes.
And so, even there was one that was I think it's chapter 4 is 45 minutes. And he was like, oh, we're not going to finish that. Yeah. But he liked Crescent City. He liked Akatar more. But he did find some of the characters to be fun and compelling. He likes Rune. He likes the Bryce Hunt dynamics. And he is giggling like a little girl already at Zodiac. So it's kind of perfect.
It is funny.
And I had to read my first hashtags. They are wild to read out loud. Hashtag wetter is better.
That's what I was thinking of. I was just gonna say that to you because Kale just read those and he was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. And so literally, I read it and Topher was like, "What the fuck is this?" So it was fun. But yeah, so that's what we started, and that's pretty much all I've read. I started same authors as Zodiac. I started their Vampire Saga book, but I only read the first chapter, and then life kind of smacked me in the face, and so I've been trying to go to bed at not 1 a.m. and I haven't been able to carve out daytime time for reading.
Yeah.
So schedule life is changing a little, right? So we're entering summer. Both kids are home, and my mother-in-law's here, so it's just trying to figure out a new system for me to keep reading, but that's why I'm glad I got a nice head start on my reading goals.
Yeah, you've doubled. Your goal was 25, right?
My goal was 25 this year, and I'm at 50. So yeah, that's exciting.
Hell yeah! And my goal's 100, and I'm at 22.
Okay.
But I am going to start listening to audiobooks, which I wasn't super big fan of. But if I have to do drive somewhere, it is nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really bored of podcasts.
It's also nice because then you can, and you can also get stuff done while you're listening to an audiobook, right? You can still cook and clean and, I don't know, do mundane activities because you're not stuck.
Yes. So yeah. I am halfway through Fate Inked in Blood. Mm-hmm. Not halfway through. Third, maybe? Or something, a quarter or something. Look, I've listened to 4 hours or something of it, which is more than I meant to. But I think I started it last night. But that is, okay, I will say, in terms of writing, which we'll talk about in a little bit, it is already way better than Touch of Darkness in terms of writing. There's a couple things that I'd be but like probably I'd say it's on par writing wise with like Shepherd King, or it may be better than Shepherd King, because there was that stupid rhymes in Shepherd King kind of drove me crazy.
Yeah,
they made it feel silly, like in not a fun way.
And trees.
Trees. Yeah, and then trees. Yeah,
trees.
So
trees is a cuss word. Trees is an expletive.
Although the more I keep reading Ever's cussing, I'm just like, stop! I hate it.
By the sea.
No,
by the waves
of the...
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so you talked about what you read, and so this week I think I finished the Test of Darkness series, and I started Fate Inked in Blood last night. And then I also am only not very far in Echo Fort.
Okay.
Yeah, I did a lot of, actually, because I guess I listened to like 3 Touch of Darkness books last week.
Thank you for reminding me where you're at, and the what is it, the Sins of the Zodiac? Because I thought you finished it.
No,
and I would have fucked it up.
Oh my god, no!
And I already gave you a spoiler already, and so let's try not to do that again.
I know, yeah. So I'm at the part in Echo Fort where Vesper just raided that fire camp with Bastion. Okay. Like she has him now, and and she like took out this whole little camp at the edge of the border.
Yeah. And he's like all that rage. She's like, all like it's not, that feeling's not going to go away, babe. Basically.
Yeah. So there's that. That's where I'm at with Vesper, and I think Everest just was like talking with Harlan, and they like tried to go down on her in a closet, and and she was like, I think that's where I was just at or something.
And she stops him, right? She's like, I can't do this right now.
Yeah, she can't deal. Yeah. That's where I'm at in Echo Fort.
Was like right after, because she's already kissed him, and what's his name saw, right? And he was just like, you put your mouth on a Reaper like that.
Yeah, Kaiser's. Yeah.
Kaiser's got Kaiser's got a lot going on.
Oh, and I met Sefta. So that's Cade's. Clearly not very important. I'm just kidding.
Oh, no. Yes. Sorry. Yes.
Cade's
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I met her. She was interesting.
Seeing her, seeing that stuff. Yikes. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where I am.
And you haven't.
Probably not.
You just met her.
Yeah, just had her first POV chapter. Oh, I'm at Kaiser's first POV chapter is where I'm at, actually.
Oh yeah, Kaiser. I love Kaiser's chapters.
Yeah,
they're so fucking. I mean,
That's where I am reading, and then writing. I didn't write much, but I did write a chapter. Did you read the chapter? It's okay if you did not.
Nope, I did not. Okay. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. Yeah, for next week we'll do that or whatever. Because I'm still just not sure which direction to go in. I feel like what happened is not like could be okay, but I am wondering. I'm divided. What is the word?
You're stuck at a path and you don't know which one to go down.
But like, it's not even like I'm just like I'm not good at making conflicts. I realize
that's like fair. You're healthy. You're too healthy for drama. Yeah.
I need to just have some shit go wrong, but I'm just like, but what I don't know how to explain it, but when you see it, you'll be like, because I kind of solved the first problem, the one that you read, where she's like, this guy's after me, and I basically solved it in a way that could open up more possibilities, which I think is what my brain was trying to do, but it's also kind of tame, like. Okay. Anyway, it's weird. So that's what I'll write this week for sure. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, and I guess I did only finish my shit on Sunday. Mm-hmm. So I've only actually had like 2 days of different times. That's interesting. So here is our 2 tier lists, and we've named our different categories. I'll just go first. Mine are just S is escapism at its finest, A is kept me entertained. B is fun. So escapism is not as fun. It's just like I can't put it down kind of vibes. Kept me entertained is like sure, but just like not top tier. I guess you could go S tier is like maybe I don't know if they're god tier, but whatever. Anyway, like really good. Fun is kind of meh. Then I also wanted to make sure I had a finishing later, maybe DNF category. I guess it's only for one book, but I feel like in the future that will be useful if when we do this again. And then I also had I didn't like the writing, but like it was I still finished it and the vibes were okay, and that's what the strength of it was. I just made a category for that, which I also think will be more useful in the future because I think I'm a pretty picky reader.
Well, and like there's plenty of books that like people will straight tell you like
yes, you can say that about Zodiac actually.
Yeah, they're like you're not here, or even books like when some people want more spice than plot, and yes. They'll straight tell you like if you're here for the plot, babe, this isn't your book. But if you want just unhinged spice and like banter, like that's what it is. And it's not necessarily a critique of the writing. I mean, it is, but it's like sometimes you just want a shit show of a fucking story and you don't need it to be literary, or whatever. Now I need a plot. I need stuff to happen. I need character arcs. I need all the things. But yeah, I mean, but that, it's a thing that people say all the time. No plot, all spice, or less plot, all smut,
Yeah, although mine were like mostly just with small, like the dialogue and the pacing, like.
Well, because we can't help but
not really like. I'm not fine with spice, but spice.
Yeah, but we can't help but do literary analysis when we read anything. So
yeah. So you want to go through your tiers?
Yeah. So my S tier is So Good It Hurts. I want the book that's going to make me laugh and cry and be angry and want to throw it across the room, but then also can't put it down. That's so good that it hurts. A is amazing, right? It's a solid, good read. I like it. I would buy it. I read a lot of my stuff on Kindle first, and then I buy it for my trophy wall, right? Those are the ones I'm definitely are like, I need to get the physical copy. I'll read this again. B is like mad writing moments, but I'm entertained, right? That the writing isn't super great, and that's okay though, because it's keeping me, I'm coming back to it. I'm finishing it. C is like, come on, get on with it already. Where like the book lags a little, or it's hard to like get back into, or I'm just like, really, we're like, can we move this along?
Mm-hmm.
And then D is like, I'm here for the vibes and definitely not the writing. That like, it was fun. It's fine. I'm probably not going to read it again, so I definitely won't buy the physical copy. But I finished it. It's whatever. Like, it's not a book that would necessarily stick with me. And probably one that I will have forgotten that I read.
Yes. Yeah, that's real. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, all like the S, A, and B, those ones are like ones that I will remember and they'll stick with me. But like the S and A are the ones that I will like think about.
Yes.
And like miss the characters.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. So yeah, why don't you go first with why don't you go first?
With something that you haven't read with me. So I want to start with Broken Souls and Bones. So this is by L.J. Andrews. It is her newest duology. And I will say that I love L.J. Andrews probably more than I should, someone that I don't actually truly know. And I also read I reread her Broken Kingdom series this year and the Everseas in anticipation for the 4th Everseas book that is coming out in October. And then, of course, I had to read the Broken Souls and Bones because now it's a complete duology. And I would put it in. I feel like I'm going to be so generous. There's going to be so many, but anyways, I don't read books that I don't like. I thought that I would put it in the A tier.
Yeah.
It did not make me cry, but I loved it. I want it on my shelf. I will reread it. I thought it was good. She does say that it is the most grotesque magic system that she has created, and I think that that's a valid statement. It also has one of, and she admits this as well on her TikTok and on her platforms and things, that it's it has one of the spiciest scenes that she's ever written, and I do agree with that. However, it is not one of the spiciest scenes I've ever read, but she does push her own boundaries a bit with this book, and it was very good. The both of them are very good.
Okay, cool. Yeah. God, that feels like 100 years ago. That was like 2 months ago.
Yeah, and that was one, like, I had it written on my calendar, which is also on my goal list to do soon, is to make a TBR list, but also to have a book release, like a calendar, a little notebook calendar that just has book release dates in it.
Dude, yes.
Because I'm that person now, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm trying to be that person. I'll talk about Morning Star. So, okay, the weird thing is that I put all these in whole series, but there's a bunch that I read just like I read the first book of War of Lost Hearts last year and just the last two this year. So I was like, I can't just put the whole series on there because I didn't read the whole series.
Yeah.
I think almost all of yours are, but I feel like there are different things with each book. But I guess we're just going to go by series instead, and that's just fine. But because Morning Star is the last of the first trilogy of Red Rising. And so I guess I'm kind of rating all of Red Rising, but mostly just this book. But I thought it was really good. I'm going to put Morning Star in kept me entertained because it was really good. Like, I think when you read it, you will sob at this book. You will lose your shit. You will... I think it'll get you. But, okay. I just found... I didn't read it as fast as other books, so that's why I'm going to say I just can't... And I'm trying to be... I don't know. Now I'm like, can I put... Damn it.
You can put them wherever you want.
But I'm going to end up putting ZODIAC higher than Rising.
Yeah. But we'll explain why. It's fine.
Okay.
Because we support female authors more than we support our male
He's in the A tier because he's a man.
We're just kidding. Sorta.
Well, and I'm not going over, like, we're not doing literature. We're doing,
exactly. Yeah, books we've read, what we like,
entertainment. I'm saying entertainment level. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, but I guess I put Morning Star in. It is really good. Like, it is a great story. And that the ending was crazy. Dude, I guess in a million years when you finish ZODIAC, I feel like you should read Red Rising with Topher. And I'm so interested in what you guys would say. But anyway, so yeah, Red Rising. Okay, you go next.
So I guess if I'm gonna stick with L.J. Andrews books, Broken Kingdoms for me is it's S tier for me.
Yeah, you have talked about that series for so long.
I love this series. This was a reread this year, the whole series, and I think I loved it even more than I loved it the first time. Cool. The first time I read through it, because it follows different couples. They're each, it's like 3 book, 2 book, 1 book is how the sort of couples go along. And the first time I read it, I was very, very drawn to the first couple. And then the second couple, I was like, that could have been 2 books. And then when I got to the third couple, who is only 2 books, I was like, that needed to be 3 because I adore that couple. And then the last book, I also enjoyed. The last book for me is probably the first and the last one are probably like my least favorite, I guess. But the last one does wrap everything up in a way that is really, really satisfying. But as far as like the characters go, it didn't catch me. And same thing with the read through. The last couple that it deals with, I was like, well, I hope I see them in the future because like I feel like there's more to be excited about. But I do adore them. But this time reading it, the second couple, I was like, what was I thinking? These books are so good. Like, I loved that it was 3. It made perfect sense. I was like, this is great. And I'm more obsessed with them. And then, of course, the third couple that I've always loved, I am obsessed. And that's why I'm very excited to read the next Everseas, because it follows that couple's daughter. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I just need her to have some vibes like her dad.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
I love Ari. I just can just, yeah. But that series, I mean, laugh, cry, frustrated, all the things. I have already read it twice, and I will read it again and again and again until the day that I no longer have eyeballs.
That's awesome. Yeah, okay, I'm excited to read it, because I think I'm going to read it next after I finish Cindervale. Mm-hmm. I can't wait to say Carnival. I was like, that's not right.
Cindervale is wild. Like, yikes, wild. Like, truly Twisted Sisters wild.
Yeah, I'm excited. Stuff. Okay, let's see. Oh, I guess I could put these together. I have them separate, but Children, I read the first War of Lost Hearts last year, mm-hmm. and the second the last 2 books in the series, I read at the beginning of the year. So they are technically in this list. So I guess I'll put them together, though, even though I had originally listed them separately. Yeah. It's got to be S tier for Broadbent.
Yeah. I love everything that I've read by her.
Yeah. And yeah, this series in particular was really interesting characters, and like the last book, Change Up, was really interesting.
Her, that series particularly, because I'm going to be that person who eventually is going to get a very large collage romantic-y books I love tattoo. Mm-hmm. That series, I got to have some Farleone on me.
Every time I say that name to Kale, he laughs. Like, we're talking about Farleone. But yeah. So yeah, I think they have to be there. Yeah, especially the last book was really interesting. What about you?
I'm gonna go with the Everseas next, because we're gonna just stick with LJ for a minute. And I would put this one in the amazing category. There is, don't get me wrong, I love it. The second read through, right, because these are both those series were rereads for me in anticipation for the next one. The second read through, I think I enjoyed more than the first time I read it. And it still has all of the like charm of Broken Kingdoms. I think when I first read it, the thing that I was really like in love with is all of the Easter eggs and all the like the callbacks and like the characters in Broken Kingdoms coming back into those series, right? Because they still exist, right? These are their kids. And so I think I was more stuck on that than like the actual story of the kids. And this time around, I was like, no, like, yes, you can be excited when you see, Stig, and when you see, all the people. Sorry, I was going to name more people and then realized you haven't read it. But I was like, no, I need to really lean into like what's these characters' stories. And I will say that I liked it more the second round about, but there's just something about Broken King. Like I can't put it in the same one as Broken Kingdoms, because Broken Kingdoms just has a place in my heart. And I will reread Everseas and I love it, but it's just not quite.
Doesn't have the same like.
But that could be something that could change with the next one, because I have seen some of her early reviews of it, and people have said it's the best in the series so far. I am over the moon to finally be learning about like the 2 characters that it's about. I have been interested in their story since the first ever King book. Mm-hmm. And so like finally getting their story in full, and I know that it's also going to harken back to some of like the one of the big baddies in the main one, it's going to be kind of like the long-term implications of that, like the trauma that person left on these people is going to kind of play out in a completely different way than it has with the other characters. And so it could very easily move up in tier. But for right now, it's amazing. Read it, buy multiple copies of it.
Yeah.
That's kind of what like ones where I miss the characters, where I feel like I haven't seen a friend in a long time. Those are like S tier to me.
Yeah.
And that's Broken Kingdoms. Like I just like sometimes I'm like I just miss Valen. I just miss Elise. I just like, and I need to sit with their characters. I need to and read them again and look at them with new light and look at them through my new different life perspectives. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. Okay, let's talk Touch of Darkness, Hades and Persephone. In my head, it's just called Touch of Darkness series, but I guess it's called Hades X Persephone. I'm sure there's another thing like that's named that for the series, so it's funny to have. I don't know. Seems like you should be more specific, but okay. So vibes, like I can see some appeal with like some of the characters and stuff. Like they're cute, they're very kind of like found family, they hang out together, and I think there's interesting plot and interesting tensions and stuff, but the writing, I listened to this on audio, so I think that made it worse. And so yeah, I'm gonna say Hades and Persephone is gonna be bad writing, decent to good vibes. And mostly just because like just like several words that she overuses a lot, like to a shocking degree. But it was like definitely fun, and I at the very least, like, I want to read the books that are popular on TikTok just to see what everyone's talking about, and that one is super popular. But yeah, not
well, and I will say, I think one of the reasons why it might be in like the C category for you, where for me is probably more in like the B for me, is because of a background knowledge and love of Greek mythology. And I think that
that was my favorite part.
Yeah, and I think that there's two schools of thought, right? There's going to be the purists who are going to be like, do not change these stories. That's fucked up. Don't do it. Who are probably not reading these types of books anyways. And then people who are like, 6th grade history was my favorite because I learned about Greek mythology and I would love to get more or whatever. And so, yeah, but you're right. Like the writing is, it's got its moments, but
yeah. But it was fun. And, like the story itself has definitely a lot of interesting moments.
There are a couple of things that seem to wrap up too easily. The Apollo storyline, that's like villain, nice guy, yes, villain, not villain, like that. Like there's
less back and forth than that.
There's less back and forth, but also it just kind of switches gears, and they're just like, oh, it's fine. He was a dick, but it's fine.
Yeah. He's traumatized, so he can do whatever.
Exactly. And
that's way too tidy.
Yeah, and there were a couple of things. I think one of my favorite. I mean, every time I'm like, oh, I think my favorite character, and then I tell you a new fucking character. I like Hecate a lot in that book.
Yes, she was probably one of my favorite side characters.
And that was one of the things that I was reading because I read reviews on the Hades perspective ones, that you get a lot more like conversations between just him and Hecate, and like the banter between those two is just being like really old-timey friends, where like she doesn't take his shit and doesn't give a fuck that he runs the underworld, is fun.
Okay.
And like she just like rips into him kind of, and like for someone to do that to Hades, like people are into it. Where she's like, I don't give a shit who you are, dude.
Yeah.
Like, get your fucking life together, dude. Like,
that's funny.
I want to talk about supernatural curses. So this book is this series. It's 4 books. It is written by Krista Street. I read her Fae of Ice and Snow series very early on in my romantasy journey. and I loved it and liked it a lot. Now takes place in that same world, but predominantly on Earth with shifters. And I would say that it is not as good as the Fae of Ice and Snow. Like if I were to recommend one or the other, it would always be Fae and Ice and Snow. This one, I was here for the vibes and definitely not the writing. Like it was very, I'm so scared, but God, he's so hot. And like every moment was just like, there was a lot of heat and tension, lots of sexual tension, like page after page after page of being like, I'm really annoyed with him, but God, he's so hot. And like, oh, she's so annoying, but I want to fucking rail her. So lots of that. And then even there's like a moment when like he actually like comforts her and like gives her a hug, and she's like, oh, we don't like actually touch like this. Like this is the first time that it's been like this kind of intimacy and not just fucking each other's brains out. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm going to need more love building and not just sexual tension. But I will say the story is interesting, kept me entertained. It was definitely here for the vibes. It was a fucking wild ride, and I audiobooked it, I think. Maybe not. No, I think I sat in my kitchen quietly and read it, hiding from the world. I read it on my Kindle.
I like how you resisted saying hiding from my kids.
But no, and it was I couldn't necessarily put it down. Like I read them so fast and I was entertained, but it was also one of those like I really just needed some junk food reading, and I think that was why I was just so indulgent with them. But I keep forgetting that I read it this year. And
that's the one you read in 4 days, right?
Yeah. So I keep forgetting that I read it, and I even put in my like journal that it was like fun ride. It was it's a 4 days well spent, but I don't think that I would necessarily pull it down again to read.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's exactly how I felt about Touch of Darkness actually too.
And because I didn't have anything that I DNF'd, that's why this is the lowest tier for me. Is like, it's good vibes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Lord of the Rings. See, it should almost be separate. Like, is it good literature? Yes. And who doesn't fucking love Lord of the Rings? It's a really good story. I would say I could put it down a little bit easier than I could, but it's also kind of like something that's known. Lord of the Rings is known for is that like, yeah, those landscape descriptions are long. like, some of them are like, all right, dude. So, but I guess I gotta put it here. Okay. But I will say I've probably been more entertained by books, but also the story overall is just so good, such a payoff. So it's got to go S tier.
Fair.
Okay, and then do we only read 2 series together this year? Just those 2? No. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm so fucking slow with the other books.
That's okay.
But yeah.
So Frozen by Stardust is the newest Beast of the Briars book. And
Frozen by Stardust, okay.
This is, I would put it in B tier, right? Meh writing moments, but entertaining as hell. So it is spicy. And I am fucking here for the spice in these books. They are written very well. And as the series goes on, the story gets much more fleshed out and much more complex and far more interesting. The first book is probably I have the most qualms with the first book, and that is because I'm an asshole when it comes to Beauty and the Beast retellings, I have discovered. So Beauty and the Beast retelling, right? Like ACOTAR book 1 is sort of said to be a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Definitely. And I was fine with that because there's aspects of it in it and like there's hints of it and you can kind of see the mechanisms there a little bit, but it's not like true retelling. The first book in the Beast of the Briars book has like kind of legit lines from like the Beauty and the Beast movie, and I was like, it's a little too kind of on the nose. But I got over it very quickly because it's entertaining as fuck and definitely has different stuff, right? But like, yeah, her dad is someone who is, you know, kind of quirky and goes away and steals a rose and gets kidnapped, and she goes to find him, and you know, I'll change places for him. Like, it's very much a retelling, like a lot of it.
Yeah.
But then wildly fucking unhinged, takes a side quest, turns and does something wildly different. And so
I think that's like really their point, was to be so cool. So you go, oh, I know what to expect.
Yes, exactly. And then they slap you in the face and be like, haha, bitch, you don't know what you're talking about. So that was fun. But, and I do believe it's a sister duo as well who writes them. It's Elizabeth Helen is the author, and I think it's just the first names of the sisters put together.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, and I enjoyed it. It's not in my, like, here's the thing, it's on my list. I am counting down the days next month for the next book. I follow them on their platforms. I'm invested as all hell in these books. I will probably buy them for my shelf, and I will probably reread them, but I don't get stuck on like rethinking them. But there are moments where I'm like, oh, I miss Caspian, and like I want to reread, or I want to go back. But there's some writing hiccups that were like, and like some plot hiccups that I was like, and also I have all of them I listened to. So I haven't read any of those physically. They were all audiobooks. And so maybe that could be part of it too. Cause sometimes like names and like following the trajectory of like, wait, where are they at now? Who are they fighting? Sometimes gets a little muddy when you're listening versus when you're reading. But yeah, they're B tier for me. It's great. Go get it, enjoy it, and then put it away.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll read them. Those are probably not really on my list to read anytime soon.
I think that
but
they
maybe eventually
might be too much for you.
Too much spice?
Maybe.
I am not scared of spice.
Okay, good.
Okay, Shepherd King duology. Let's see. I'm gonna say it's got to be kept me entertained. I did read it super fast, but I think it's just like, I think it's, you know, I put Morningstar and kept me entertained. That feels wrong.
That's B tier for you?
No, it's definitely higher. But I think I just said that Red Rising is a little, because he's a man. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about the Shepherd King?
I am also going to put it in A tier.
Okay, your A tier, which is, let's go back up to.
It's amazing. So here's the thing. When we read it together, and it was also the first book series that we were reading synchronously, and that was kind of its own amazing experience because we were texting kind of live as we went, so that was fun. And I hoping that that's not why I loved it so much, but I remember when I was reading it, it was just like I was crying, I was frustrated, I was shocked. It was not, there was nothing about, well, there were like maybe one or two things, but there was very little about it that was like, oh, definitely that's what's going to happen. Like, I was not prepared and could, like, you know, it had all the surprises in the right places. The ending was like fucking chef's kiss of like, it made perfect sense, but it was not what I was expecting. And that's perfect.
Yeah.
But I will say that the longer that I go from reading it, the harder it is for me to remember it.
I forgot that we read it. But I did like it, and I like Raven.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be one that I like. Not just will I read again, but I think I have to read it again.
Yeah. Because even just the magic system alone is like, you can do what?
Yeah, there was a point where I was like, oh, I want the twin alder card in the mix of like the tattoo collage that I want, and then like the longer that I go without having read it, I'm like, why do I want this one? Like, is this one that I would actually put on my body or not? So,
That's funny.
Yeah, so I think I need to read it again at some point, but I got a lot on my TBR to do a reread.
Yeah.
For a duology that's complete.
Okay, and then I realized that we've been alternating, but now, well, all this is ZODIAC.
Yeah.
No, we gotta talk. Okay, here, why don't you talk about the other 3 series, and then we'll talk about ZODIAC last, the main series.
So I don't necessarily want to put ACOTAR or Crescent City in here. I've read those with my husband. And they are their own sort of experience with that. I will say that, I'll go ahead and just put it, and people could just be pissed at it or not pissed. ACOTAR is always for me just because of, like, it's got it's got things, right? It's not the greatest fucking book ever. There's other books that I enjoy more, but ACOTAR holds a little place in my heart. But I am counting down the motherfucking days till book 6. And so, yeah, it's going to be an amazing. I would like to put in it's so good that it hurts, just because of how I feel about my connection with the story. But I also feel like it seems weird to put it in that tier.
You can put it in that tier if you want.
I'm gonna.
It's your fucking life.
It's one of those books that I will always want to reread. And I think about them all the time. And then that would put Crescent City, because let's be honest, Crescent City is going to be like, we're putting Crescent City in B. I could put Crescent City in C. So I could put Crescent City in C. There's a lot of exposition. There's a lot of stuff going on with it. But it's entertaining, and I actually enjoyed it more the second time around because I was rereading more with the eye of like, I know what's going to happen. So like looking at all of the exposition stuff for like sleuthing clues. So that was a lot more fun. I feel like the first time you read Crescent City is not the best time you're going to read Crescent City.
Yeah.
But it's just not, I love them. I love Rune. I love Hunt. I love Bryce. But I feel like it's just never going to be S tier for me.
Yeah, same.
As of now. And the fact that Therian irritates the ever-loving fuck out of me. And now I've bonded over the fact that Topher does not want to read anything about Therian. It's so funny. And like, it's become our joke that like...
I like Therian.
I know, but it's our joke now because he's like, one more chapter unless it's the Therian one. Like, I'll just go to bed. And so I was like, anytime I don't want to have a conversation with you, I'm just going to start the conversation with, Therian walked to the meat market, and you're going to be like, ew, and walk away. So that's where I would put those. But those are really like rereads, first reads. It's like my nighttime thing that I do with my husband to get him to read the books that I like. I read out loud to him. So, and we've talked about that on the podcast before. Saga of the Unfated is what you are in currently, so I will not say anything about it except for that I would put it here. I'd put it in A tier.
Interesting. I think it's really good.
I liked it a lot. I thought the writing was very good. Things happen that I was like, I kind of thought that might happen, but it's it takes you for a ride for sure. It's not cookie cutter. It's very much, there's some unexpected shit that happens, and the characters the ending is also not at all what I expected.
Is it finished? Is it just 2 books? Duology?
Just 2. Yep, it's just 2 books. I mean, I guess they leave it in a place where, like,
you could have a side character.
She could keep writing, right? She could even keep writing these characters' stories, but they are very much finished too. It's like how A Throne of Glass is, where like the story is absolutely finished. It could be put to bed, but also like you could keep writing if you really wanted to.
Okay,
it's
interesting.
Like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's pretty entertaining so far. Definitely better than Touch of Darkness. Touch of Darkness is Crescent City is like one little step above Touch of Darkness, but it's in that same. I mean, I didn't read this year, so I'm not putting it in, but it's like that same vibe for me.
Sins of the Zodiac, because I finished it.
You have finished it, and I have not.
Yeah, it's gonna be S tier for me. There are things. It's not as unhinged as Zodiac Academy. I'll tell you that. Like,
spoiler.
It's much more. There's a much more serious tone to it. There are moments. The humor is there. The stuff, but like the level of unhinged, right? There's no like overgrown pube scene, right?
Ass organization.
Yeah, that kind of stuff, right? And so it's a little more, I guess, a sophisticated story. There is less, right? Zodiac Academy has a lot of slut. That's a lot of smut. This one, not quite as much, but I'm never going to weigh smut higher than plot. And the plot in Sins of the Zodiac, I love it. There's lots of it. It went places that I did not expect. They are not afraid to do some crazy shit to their characters, and that is also true of that series. That's all I'll say.
God, I'm nervous. God.
And I can't wait for you to finish, because there's a comment that they make in their letter to the reader in the end of the last book, because I'm psychotic and I read those. And now I'm like, yes, because it's like, oh, we've been thinking about this thing for so many years. And I'm like, what does that mean, so many years? But yeah. And the ending of that book, I mean, I text you. Yeah. All capital letters, like, bitch, go read now. Oh my God. I think I just text you, fuck. I just finished the book. Yes.
I know. Like, I need to finish it. Maybe then, honestly, the next couple of days.
The amount of like fucking crazy hype. What the fuck, I gotta wait until March for this next book. Like, I've never been like, I've like been like that with series where I'm like, I have to wait another year for the next season or whatever, but like, fine. And I've been like, it'll be fine. This one, I'm like kind of livid that I have to wait this long.
Damn. It's some fucking book 4, book 5 shit.
And I think they said that the book 4 is going to be the last one. And the only thing I'm worried about is that it seems like I just don't want them to wrap it up too quickly, where like I don't get the impact of it. I don't want them. I know you don't know this reference, but I don't want them to do a Game of Thrones season 8 where it's just like kind of rushed through. I remember that. So far, this series has not done any of that, and so I don't think that they will.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, dude. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna finish it.
I'm putting this one. Putting
Dark I know.
Yeah.
In C tier.
It's going in C tier.
I knew.
Yeah. So Darkmoor is my least favorite of anything that I've read of the Twisted Sisters. I had and maybe it was just because I had too many high hopes for a Rosalina focused book. Yeah. And there were some continuity issues that I was really like, what the fuck? Why are we not addressing this?
Yeah.
And then book 3, it's somehow is both takes too fucking long and also is too busy. Because the book itself takes place over 48 hours. And so much happens, which I get. And so like, it's, it's like every chapter, it's like another little baby catastrophe that happens. And so it's just like shit and shit and shit and a little win and shit and shit and fucking and fucking and fucking and like all, and it's way more spicy, but like I feel like it's spicier than it is plot heavy.
Yeah, that sucks.
And there were just some continuity things that I was like, okay, well, I've already read Zodiac and I understand like kind of burying some of like any spoilers there, but like we're just going to forget that she fought in a war. But we were also talking about publication dates, and I don't think that
crazy.
Zodiac
Right,
is
a post book sequel. Well, that's
yeah.
the problem. They should have just put
Yeah.
those in the fucking vault and been like, we'll get to these
Yeah.
when we're there.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was my least favorite. Now, I will not say that they're not entertaining as fuck, because they are, but I really I rushed through book 3 because I was like, okay, I just need to move along. And then the thing was, in book 4, there were certain things that were just wrapped up too tidy, and too fast. It was like, we're looking for this thing. It's like, and it was the thing that was like so unhinged about the ending of book 3 that I was like, that is fucking atrocious to do to somebody. And then to fix this atrocity that was done to this character, it was like a chapter.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was just like, you have to do this thing and find this thing, and like, we're gonna go into, and like, whatever. But then, like, once they get the thing, it was like, oh, it just worked. We just figured it out. Nobody knows how to do it, but it just said, and it just knows where it is. And I'm like, okay, so we're just happy. Everything's fine. Okay.
Yeah. I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. And then Ruthless Boys, and then we'll put our Zodiac Academy in the top tier and piss everybody off. Ruthless Boys for me is amazing. Is it so good that, you know what? Fuck it.
No, your instinct is to put it in the top.
That's my instinct. It's fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. Gabriel is 180 degrees of who we meet in Zodiac Academy. He is so fucking different, and it's like learning about him and watching him change into like who he will be, because he doesn't even get to the Gabriel we get in Zodiac. Like, he's not there, but you see him enter into that space and like owning that, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, he's like, he's not like unforgiving prick, but he's detached.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who is this person? Because we first meet him and he's like, Noxie, my boy, and he's like immediate besties with the twins, and like, you know, and like Darius fucking hates him because of how close he is with Orion. He's like, that's my best friend. Like, and what makes it even better is that you can't even like side with Darius with that. You know it's 100% jealousy, because Gabriel's just amazing. He's just chilling. He's awesome. And he's like, yeah. And he's not that in the beginning of that at all. And you're like, what the fuck? Who is this guy? Leon he just brings me fucking joy. And he's Seth-like, but in his own unique way, and it works. It's perfect. And you get more of him, right? You don't just get the like outlandish fucking dumb blonde version that you get of him in Zodiac. You actually get to see like feelings and thoughts and backstories and stuff, and like his backstory, his family life is really interesting. Yeah. And then there is, how am I not remembering one of these names right now? Oh, Dante. Dante is the opposite of Gabriel's problem. Dante is 100% Dante at all fucking times. But there's still growth, there's still change, there's still other things. But like, Dante has this like personality, like continuity to him that you're like, oh, like he just
character continuity.
Like he is just who he is at his core, and like things change and like he grows, but they're like, he just, you know, and like and seeing more of like his family dynamics and that like gang family mafia type stuff was really interesting. And then Ryder, I want him forever. Yes. I love him. I love everything about him. He's fucking unhinged as shit, and he's an asshole for very pragmatic reasons, and I adore him. And when he does shit that's nice and soft and cutesy, it makes it all the better because that is not in his character to do that, but it also clearly is. And so like, you know, it's like when you see someone who's like super like masculine and looks like a hard ass and then they like have a fucking tiny dog.
Yeah.
Like that's Ryder, where you're just like, this guy literally will like eat people for breakfast, and then he's like, but like my favorite animal is a bunny, or like whatever, you know. So yeah, it's very cute. But yeah, and they stick with me. I think about them all the time, and I will reread them again and again.
Yes, yeah. I'm definitely gonna read those. Those seem really interesting. One day we're gonna do a video just tier ranking Zodiac itself, the main series.
Yes. But yeah, their Zodiac Academy it's so good it hurts. There's crying, there's laughing, there's moments when I wanted to throw that fucking book at the wall. There were things that had us shook.
What?
Yeah, there were moments that we were shook, I think was the word you said. You were shook on book 5's ending. Yeah.
Well, and I'll say anyone who doesn't like honestly, their writing's really not that bad. Caleb's a pickier reader than me, and he was like, "This is fine." I think people literally just don't understand their humor or don't like the idea that you can be silly in a book.
Yes.
And then I'm like, well, there are comedy books, you know, people do this. but maybe because it's supposed to be fantasy, they're like, it doesn't fit. But I feel like they just don't get it.
You know what? I need more fantasy to be funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun.
I don't. That was one of my critiques of rereading Throne of Glass recently, was that I was like, there's like one book is just battles.
Yeah.
Like what the everything is just battle after battle after battle. Like fuck, can I get a banter? Can I anything else but fighting scenes, please? And I get it. Like they have some scenes that are like, Seth on the moon. Come on, really? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Right. And so like stuff like that, the stuff that's like way outlandish and like needs
that's like the stuff that's most clearly a joke.
Yes. Like clearly it's
what are people on about?
But it's a fucking bit.
Besides the language stuff, we already talked about how we all, you know, but that I'm like, well, I don't get why people think the writing's really not that bad.
But it's one that I just adore them, and I need all the physical copies now, which is going to be a lot of
Have you seen those? There's so many. They're so big.
I cannot wait.
Damn.
Yeah. And I think about them all the time. I'm like, I come back to those characters all the time. When I can't sleep, I reread in my mind, basically. Scenes from that book to put me to sleep. Not because it's boring, but because it's soothing.
You're like, I need a little comfort blanket.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Zodiac, I think it has to be S tier because it's just
I even put it at the top of my S tier list. I have a lot of S tier.
I mean, because truly I read it out of curiosity. It's like, oh, let's see how bad these books are because everyone hates them. Yeah. And then I was just like, pleasantly shocked.
Well, and then I remember telling you, like, I don't want to start it because people like yes, I hear people love them. Yeah, I was like, I know that there's people who love them or they absolutely hate them, and I have a weird fucking Hufflepuff loyalty issue where like it's very hard for me to just DNF, but I'm getting better at that because there's some books that I'm like, nah, fuck you. And usually the only reason why I don't read books is because there's something about it that I just can't. Like, I won't ever not read a book because it's just, well, that's not true. There's the one series that I was like, this is stupid, I can't do it. But most of the time it's because it's like dark fantasy and it starts to go into the realm of non-consent, and no thank you, it's my own ick, I can't do it. But I was like, I don't want to read 9 books out of loyalty. Like, no. you give me something that I'm not going to enjoy for 3 books, and I'm going to be like, well, I mean, it was fine. Fine. But 9? No. So I was like, you have to, if you're already committed to starting it and telling me if it's worth it, I'll read it if you say it's worth it. But like, I couldn't, I was so worried about committing, but my God, am I so happy that you read them, because I fucking love them. And now Topher and I are reading them together, and I think that it might be one of his favorites. It's getting there.
Yeah. Kill too.
I can already tell that he loves Lance already.
That's so funny.
Damn it. All of them.
Yeah. But yeah, so people just don't get Zodiac, but
that's fine. They don't have to. But I think that it's also it's one of those, like, you love it more than you ever expected to love it, yes, or you absolutely don't get it and don't like it. Zodiac Academy is like opera. The way people describe opera, you love it or you hate it, because you get it and it vibes and it's your thing and you just feel it in all the places, or you're like, I don't understand what's happening here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Or this is, yeah. And I mean, it's the same thing with like people who like sitcoms, because it has a sitcom vibe to it, right? Yeah. Like, if you like just, if you want to just fucking giggle your ass off at a book, then that's the book to read. But if you're like, no, I want my romantasy to have like, all right, you know, I want it to be high fantasy. It's not high fantasy. It's not what you're going to get with this.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
I was like reality TV.
Oh God, it's so, well, reality TV fucking sucks. But
so yeah.
And it's not even a guilty pleasure at this point. Like, I will sing the praises of Zodiac. It was like, how am I going to incorporate this into the tattoo that I want? Because there's so much.
You imagine you get a Gemini and you're like, I'm not a Gemini.
I'm not. I have a Taurus tattoo. So
no, but just because it's like that's.
And I was like, and I was like, I can't get like the full Gemini wheel. That's fucking insane. Although I guess I could, anyways. But I was thinking of incorporating Seth's tattoo.
Oh yeah, that's so cute.
Because I was like, I'm not going to get a full back tattoo of that. And to be very honest with you, like, as much as I love Tori and Darius, they're not my favorite couple. And so I think I need to get Seth's tattoo mixed into it, because they are my spoilers. They are my favorite.
Yeah. Honestly, I think same.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zodiac was an interesting pull. I was just reading it for fun, and then now here we are, still talking about it 6 months later.
And I'm so stuck on these authors. Like, I've read Ruthless Boys right after, then I went to Darkmoor, then I went to Sins of the Zodiac, and now I was like, I'm not really ready to leave these girls, and now I'm starting the Vampire Saga one. So here we are.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. That's awesome.
I'm like, yeah, and I followed them on TikTok because I was like, I need to know all your things. The next Zodiac 10 is coming out, so I'm excited for that. October is going to be a busy month for me. We got the new Zodiac. We will have the next Everseas and ACOTAR 6 all come out in October.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This bitch isn't leaving this room for 30 fucking days. Staying right here. I have a guest bed that I can pop out. I was like, I told Tori, you won't see me. I'll come and read with you, and then I'm going back into my little hidey hole to read.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was a fun tier list, and yeah, we could just keep adding to the tier list as we keep reading more books. I'm super excited to see where you put Sins of the Zodiac on your own tier list.
I know.
And same with Saga of the Unfated.
Yes.
And so send me all the text messages. And then next week we are going to be talking about our writing, because we are going to write and exchange some stuff.
Might send you another chapter. We'll see.
Okay. So we're going to probably work through some of that. And then I'm going to try to get my husband to come join us so that he can give us his review of Crescent City. And we'll see what he thinks of all of it. We'll see if I can wrangle him into that. And until then, keep reading.
Keep writing. See you next week.